Thank you very much, Mark, and welcome to Lake Maggiore Sunday for round 16 for W2w Championship. Coming through the final corner to start our flying lap. Running the car nice and close to the white line on the right hand side. Your first braking marker here starts with the Lake Maggiore sign just above the car, and anywhere between there right up to the edge of the catch fencing. Braking through to the first gear, and your turning marker right as the wall on the right hand side ends. Holding the car in through the middle of the road, braking and turning just as the grid boxes on the road ends. I'm going to run the car out nice and wide to the edge of the track. Turn 3, using the intersection of the white lines as your turning marker. This is a fairly long and fairly fast corner. A dab of the brake just as you come in. But more often than not, you're just rolling through, catching the left-hand side wheels onto the white concrete to help set you up for the for turn 4. The aim to keep it nice and narrow, sacrifice the exit of this corner for the entry of the next turn onto the straight. Right hand side, you will see the disappearance of the orange barriers. That is the cue for you to start your braking for turn 4, and also start your turning as well to turn 4. Aiming here on line, sort of here on this right hand side, could probably go maybe another quarter of a car across, just get those tyres just to start touching the orange curbing, just to help with a bit more rotation and to straighten up the exit of the corner as well. Watch out for the exit of the corner here, as you will go over a small elevation change which will unsettle the car, coming out to the right and sliding out to the left hand side as well for turning. Now turn 5, I start my braking quite early, just in front of us here at the yellow concrete on the left hand side, as well as turning away from the edge of the grass. You can run the car quite close and quite perpendicular to the edge of the road. However, the risk there does involve running out of racing room on the left hand side and touching the left hand side wheels on the grass, causing the car to oversteer. This little action as well just sort of covers off any sort of potential move down the inside line for this turn. Getting my turning done, bit of my turning done nice and early, and then straightening myself up to aim for the mobile 1 and the orange edge of the barrier there. Nice and straight, braking into the corner. It's going to be a bit of a natural feel as to the apex of this turn, or when you start your turning point. Here I sort of felt I was a bit too close to the edge of the corner, so started my turning again. It's about 3 or 4 bites towards this apex, aiming to get the right hand side wheels onto the ripple strip. Now the exit of this corner, you can run it wide to the left hand side, touching the curbing on the right there. You can also keep it narrow and in the middle of the run up over the hill, to set yourself up for the centre chicane, the centre S's. Now coming up here, again I like to get my braking done nice and early to help with rotating the car through this centre chicane. It also helps me with getting my exits correct and straightening up this entire section as much as I can. Getting your braking done nice and early, running over the left hand side ripple strips as well, the right hand side ripple strips as well, and getting your turning done nice and early, sort of as that ripple strip ends. Now you want to aim to run the left hand side wheels over the grey mesh on the left hand side, again just to help straighten the car up through the corner. Watching out on the right hand side here, you can run over the curbing onto the tarmac off to the right hand side. Just be careful as well for the run over the grass and the constant changes in surface that will upset the car and does affect your run up the straight. It's the same as well for this right hand side, right curve as well. You want to run over the white concrete as much as you can. Again, watching out for not grabbing any sort of grass for any on-throttle oversteer. Running the car out nice and wide, you can take a little bit of this asphalt just on the right hand side to run the car up the hill, and then running up through this final part of the S section, taking the line of least resistance. Coming down to the next turn, and probably the most famous turn of this track, a big overtaking opportunity, aided by a very late braking scenario with these cars. Braking anywhere between the flag, the electronic flag post on the left hand side, right up through to the edge of the barrier on the left hand side. Getting your braking done in a straight line as well, with your turning to commence quite early, sort of as that curbing ends on the left hand side, and a fairly late apex here on this turn. The aim to run again 2 wheels, preferably the right hand side wheels over the concrete. You can get away with running all 4 wheels over the curbing as well. Does unsettle the car with the turning and the body roll over the curbing. Now again, running up the hill, we're going to run the line of least resistance. Catching a little bit of grass on the left and the right does help with a little bit of turning. Again, can unsettle the car quite a bit. At your next turn here, a double apex, with the second turn being tighter than the first, the second right hand turn. Again, braking markers here, there are quite a few. You do have the marshal's post on the left hand side. A bit further forward you will see a post where the flag post could also be as well, and on the right hand side you do have the scaffolding where a camera crew and other track officials are located as well. Again, getting the car out nice and wide over the curbing to get to open up the entry into the corner, and starting your turning fairly early to get the car into the optimal position. The optimal position here again is to run the right side wheels over the grey mesh and be on the curbing. I tend to run third gear through here throughout the race for my qualifying simulations, second gear as well, just to help with any engine braking that can be applied, as well as to keep that rear nice and live to help rotate that rear around the corner. And now the car will naturally want to slide out to the left hand side. Your braking marker here again is just as the curbing on the left hand side disappears. Again, a quick switch from third back to second, just to keep that rear nice and lively, and turning in nice and early, running over the grey mesh again to straighten up the exit as much as we can. Running the left side over the rumble strip. The final turn, again, fairly quick and fairly late braking marker with a fairly early turn-in point. Your turn-in point and your braking markers sort of match similarly, towards the end of the curbing, braking on the curbing. You want to get the car down to third, possibly even second if you just need that little bit of extra rotation, aiming to get the left side wheels just over the second curbing on the inside, maybe on to the tarmac on the inside as well, bearing in mind as well for the surface changes between tarmac and grass and curbing. Now the car's going to naturally want to slide out to the right here, so bring the car out nice and fast to the right hand side, follow the line to the start finish straight, and the time there is a 1:54.1 for the lap around Lake Maggiore.